Hey guys, Tyrip here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Bocage, playing today's spawning in the south. Google Translate tells me this is Pouting Duck. Playing as Ostheer, straight away going for Mechanized Assault, going for some assault grenadiers. Something some in the north we have JC as Soviets. Straight away going for Armoured Assault. This is a Patreon backer submitted games. The rankings here. Pouting Duck around rank 900 and JC around rank 750. Slowly getting chipped away over there. Rotation from the machine gun into the center. Now this help grenadiers looking to overwhelm the conscripts in the center. Decent retreats, a lot of health damage, no model bleed for JC. Going for those medics, really well timed on the medics. We got to heal up that squad. Small burst of suppression, but very quick to dodge away from that as well. The assault grenadiers continuing their push across though. Do have some sandbags on the cutoff. I think the assault grenadiers still have just enough to win the engagement. And milk all the health he possibly can and still retreat safely with that squad. And there go the conscripts shortly after that. Meanwhile, this squad coming in on a big old flank around this machine gun, which is actually on the move now. Setting up in the center, and this big conscript flank going to work out really nicely. Meanwhile, we've got the combat engineers. And for the cap on the VP, could perhaps be going for the fuel instead. Probably a slightly higher priority at this phase of the game, but that's alright. Jump onto the cutoff, might be able to get it anyway. Do have a squad of Panzer Grenadiers coming out, which could perhaps jam the D-cut. No. Okay, big mistake there from Pouting Duck. Shouldn't have allowed that to happen. Jumping on top of the fuel now. Is battle phase, so could sprint over here and shut down this neutralize, but not doing that. Seeing the Panzer Grenadiers over there. Try and plant a mine, but interrupted. So overall, a pretty reasonable start for JC. Some good flank action. Pretty reasonable handling of the conscripts so far.
The bunker has been converted to an emergency medical station.
Did have a, warning sign with the radio intercept. Knew that the assault grenadiers were coming. Which can help you plan your positioning a bit more. Retreat here from the conscripts, and once again getting a little bit lucky, slipping away from the machine gun before they get suppressed. Closing in on this squad behind heavy cover. Oops. Perhaps lingering a touch too long with that squad of conscripts. Do remember that, with Soviets you can oorah away from the assault grenadiers. Can make sense sometimes. They sprint in, you oorah away. Especially if you've got a squad chipping away at the assault grenadiers during the process. Jumps back into cover here. Looks like he's not quite in range of the machine gun. Unless he comes out of cover, so... Disengaging between the bursts though. Looks like the MG reloaded. Gave him a good time to slip away, didn't have to hard retreat. Overall, pretty even split of the map so far. Just the mid bunker back here for Pouting Duck. He's gone for a second squad of Panzer Grenadiers. Usually, assault grenadier strategies, you do look to go for a 2-2-2. But maybe Pouting Duck going to try to go for the Mechanized Assault group. Very close to 2 command points. Going to be lacking in manpower for that, though it's quite expensive. I would have had to delay the second squad of Panzer Grenadiers to achieve that. Had a good timing at least. And this is ideal, trying to set up 2-on-1s whenever possible. You know, it's basically entirely mid and close range versus long range. And so far Pouting Duck hasn't been using sprint on these almost at all, and that's really helping out JC. Didn't switch focus fire here. Close call. No chase down though from the assault grenadiers either. That was an easy escape. Soft retreating. Panzer Grenadiers do not continue the chase. Okay, here they come now. Under grenade, but easy dodge. And I think a well-timed retreat on that squad. Well, they start dropping heaps of models. Five models under half health remaining, so it's better to just save the manpower. Tier 3 already down for JC. Going for Aziz briefly, cancelling that now into the T70. They said pretty good fuel control overall. And that leads to a very fast T70. Indeed, we do have the Mechanized assault group. No Shreks on that yet. But yeah, very late timing on this. Probably about 3 minutes later than you'd want. So he's not going to be able to get a huge amount of value out of it. But as I said, you can upgrade with the Shreks. And then it can chase down your light vehicle. Can be quite a threat. Is this now from JC? Don't know if he'd spotted the half track at the time, but it's going to have a target. Conscripts already have anti-tank grenades as well, so can potentially get the snare on this. Yeah, slowly chipping away at these squads that were behind the heavy cover. Anti-tank grenade, and here comes the T70. Pouting Duck needs to jump out of the half track, otherwise you could lose a whole bunch of P-Green models here. Yeah, nicely done. He's trying to soft retreat, I think, back to go get some upgrades. Ooh, full overwhelm over here. But it looks like everything survived. Still has 4 conscripts. And a T70 on a bit of a rampage. No sweepers for JC at the moment, so that could come back to bite him. The armor mine's down at the moment. Still, you know, if you're not going to make use of the flamethrower, which you generally will need to do as Soviets, with the conscript build, it's just a big boost to your early game. You should definitely get the sweeper. The Shreks. Well timed disengage from the T70. Should be able to get away safely. A couple of squads here as well. Could bleed the Panzer Grenadiers as they advance. Well timed retreat though from Pouting Duck. Before he dropped too many more models from those Panzer Grenadiers. Still doesn't have a very good answer, since he didn't go for tier 2. He's completed battle phase 2 now, and pretty close to the Stug E. Could be an option.
Well done, comrade.
Still a good chunk of manpower away from anything else. Any other vehicle?
But it is done.
Stug E not really that good. Against the T70 anyway, it's too fast. Dodge the shots. Barrage, bit of damage. Machine gun does end up retreating, but now there's this under threat. No Shreks amongst this group though, so easy pickings for the T70. Oh! Did they just pop their Shrek upgrade just then? Okay, quick to disengage. Still alive though. JC under a lot of pressure at the moment. Just starting to float a bit of manpower. generally when you go for an armored assault strategy, you will be leaning a bit more on the Maxim, since you don't have any like elite infantry. So an option at this kind of phase would be maybe a second combat engineer, faster repairs on the T70, more options to build your tier 4 when you get the resources for that together, and a Maxim. Even though the Maxim's not incredible with suppression, still should be pretty effective against a strategy like this, as long as they don't get those nasty flanks on you. But I feel like on this map, flanker potential for that kind of thing at this stage is maybe not that high. That being said, you know, the assault grenadiers can sprint. That can open up a lot of opportunities to flank those machine guns. But so far we haven't seen any of that from Pouting Duck. I don't think I've seen him use sprint once. He's upgraded the assault grenadiers now to 6 men. That makes them even more potent.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Second anti-tank gun for JC. Did hear through radio intercept the completion of the tech structure and Panzer IV in the works. So double anti-tank guns are not a bad idea.
AT gun is ready for combat.
Looks like JC now starting up tier 4 himself. Way at the back. Why so far at the back? In this map, you know, you can build your tech structures a bit further forward so you can reinforce off them. You don't want to block the machine guns ideally, but position something around here. Get a bit more reinforcement range. Can be quite helpful. MG in the building here. Inactive at the moment. Closing the distance. Quite a lot of damage on approach. Now it's time to get shredded.
All crews have been trained to repair damaged
Yeah, there's
vehicles.
a big old death ball for Pouting Duck. Tough to contain without any suppression.
Supplies.
It's something the doubles just can't help too much against unless you've got the predictive barrages. T70 output at the back using the vehicle crew repairs, also a reasonable decision. There's quite a lot of munitions, well did. Upgrading all of these conscripts now with the 7-man, but
Enemy is encroaching on
to
our
that point
territory.
had plenty spare for the crew repairs. And did end up getting the sweeper.
A
Tier
sector
4 up
has been cut
now.
off. A sector is at
Still a
risk.
good chunk of fuel away from a medium tank though, so plenty of time to go for an extra unit, an extra support weapon, especially with the disconnect right now. WT guns, I think they hurt. Oh, some grenades. Oh, that's a lot of damage onto those conscripts. Connection. Flare up as well, providing some really good sight. Attack ground action maybe. Oh, looks like that might have been an attack move. Is this barrage? Ooh, that's a big hit.
Is ready for use.
No dodge. Okay, there they go now. Second shot not so impressive. Panzer IV coming forwards, but that's a bad move. Does back away in the nick of time, and the Strug E coming in now. From Pouting Duck. A little bit strange, you know, generally I feel like it's, you got like double Struggies or don't use them at all, but smoke barrage on them can be pretty strong. I have a feeling we're probably not going to see too much of that this game for some reason. That was just lining up on it here. Bunker in the centre. With these tanks very low. Only one PO for repairs. Doesn't have the sweeper either for the boosted repair speed. T70 coming in with the secure mode.
Points have fallen to 300.
Next round a kill on the bunker as well with the double anti-tank guns. Nicely done. Oh man, Panzer IV. That was a risky move. Wow. T70 gets away alive. Kind of lucky that second Zist didn't take a shot. Maybe it's still reloading after killing the bunker. Close call. T70 on crew repairs again, but once again JC still floating a lot of manpower. That machine gun completely shut that down, just camped in the center. Double Zist lining up some shots on the Strug E. Oh, missing the killing blow, a little bit unfortunate. No grenades. Oh, that's quite a lot of damage. Just needs to retreat. Didn't do enough damage to the Shreks to safely do a boatload of damage to the T-70. Has to be very careful with this kiting. Try to stay out of range of those Shreks. Doing so far. Here come the Shreks. Have to be careful. If all four connect at once, there's death. Whoa, one missed. That was a very, very close call. Oh.
Okay, that's the last one.
Well, at least no squad wipes so far from those bundle grenades.
Conscripts here.
T-70 up for crew repairs again. Looks like JC going to try save for the T-34-85. Very close to that in terms of fuel, but as I said, very, very slow the last 40 or so fuel. Because he keeps getting decapped and cut off. Which is where the machine gun could come into it. Something you have to make an assessment on, you know, like... Okay, you know, I'm in a pretty good position right now, but clearly I can't sustain this at the moment, so I need to reassess my build. Oh, that was a nasty assault grenade. Conscript down. Could lose this other conscript. I don't know what that squad was doing. Double anti-tank gun surrounding the corner. There's a 4. Could potentially get their conscript anti-tank grenade off. This be the end of the Panzer 4. That's a big old blob. There's a big old bundle grenade. T-70 coming in. 2 bundle grenades. There go the double Zis. Oh, and the T-70 extremely low. Still alive at the moment. Rebuild on the conscripts for JC. Panzer 4 trying to finish off the D-Cruise anti-tank guns. Slowly chipping away at them. The T-34-85 in the works. JC has enough to build another Zis if both of these do get completely destroyed as well. And I think maybe... Yes, it's an awkward position. Kind of needs the P-Greens to chase away the T-70. Oh, retreating on them. I don't think I'll be doing that. Of course, GG. But he's left his damaged engine Panzer 4 just sitting here. Hasn't killed the second anti-tank gun. It's a bit too early. That was a devastating blow. But, you know, he's got a weird army composition as well with the double Stug E's. So, you know, JC can recruise the anti-tank gun.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
In a promising position still. Double conscripts rebuilt. A lot of munitions, so I can't go for the 7-man upgrade on them yet.
Only 200 points remain. Double your efforts.
And yeah, you hear the announcer. Low VPs now for JC. Oh boy, Decro on the anti-tank gun again. T-34-85 doing its best to bleed the incoming troops. The Stug E coming in from the side. Trying to maintain this range, but the Shreks do get in for another big volley. Conscripts forgotten about over here. The assault grenadiers, luckily they don't chase in. And because of that, they don't get the wipe. Very, very close call. T-70 trying to use secure mode. Actually camped on the VP though, stops the decapture. Conscripts all very low. Double Stuggies chunking through. Anti-gun's still down here though, not destroyed. Guns for almost back up to full, and he's got enough. Oh, he's going for battle phase 3 now. Maybe he wants to go for the Tiger next. Still a long way of fuel from that happening though. And I think, you know, if you're looking to just like straight up win the game, you're in Pouting Duck's position. Stalling for the Tiger at this stage, probably not the best call. There's like a little bit more pressure, and he can just close out this game. Another Panzer IV would be the way to go. Or maybe even just like a actual Stug G. A bit more anti-tank, if that's what he feels like he needs. Oh boy, secure mode could cost the T-70. Down it goes. Okay, engine damage. T-345's there. Conscript's going to jump on the anti-tank gun. We've got a light artillery barrage, but it's called in on the Maxim. And the Panzer IV popped the skirts at just the right time. This is the edge it needs to go toe-to-toe with the 85. We're on the Zis now from JC. Here comes a big old blob again from Pouting Duck. Head to head at the moment, but if worry about what's coming through that smoke, which was from one of the Stuggies. And the Shreks, both Shreks connect. T-34 in trouble. But the suppression from the bunkers kicking in. That's a full retreat from Pouting Duck, overextending there. It's exactly scenarios like that where you want to, you know, try avoid blocking the base MGs by building those forward tech structures. Oh, conscripts do manage a flank of this machine gun. Good memory of JC. Remember that it was there from the T-70 earlier. Went on the deep flank. And they ended up working out, but here comes the Stuggy. Doesn't matter. We're not going to be able to get them neutralized here because of this. No, he's going to go for it. Tank grenade possible? No, he's out of munitions. Oh no. Not enough for both. Because that Stuggy might survive here. Oh, maybe not this one. That's a big old blasting. There goes one Stuggy. Maxim tries to press, catches one of them, light artillery barrage, but they're already on the move. Perhaps wasted. Doesn't do very much damage at all. 5 on prioritized vehicles still. Maxim pushes forwards a tiny amount. Slightly repositioning, changing the angle. This barrage. Lining up, conscripts trying to hold the line. Nope, cancelled. Nope, just took a while to fire off for some reason. 485 coming back in. Takes a Shrek. Looks like he might. No, reloading one of them. There's a tactic you can use if you're up against anti-tank infantry like double Shrek Peregrines. You know, you send the infantry in, you shoot their Shreks at infantry or crush attempt, and you come in your tank while they're reloading. Rinse and repeat. It can be quite frustrating to deal with. Not enough munitions for the double anti-tank grenade, so not much the conscripts can do against the Panzer IV here. And now Pouting Duck very close to that Tiger. Second T-3485 coming for JC, but be regretting this decision once he sees that tiger on the battlefield.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
But yeah, has lost control of this munitions point for quite a long time now, so that's why he's really hurting for munis.
People and workers of the Soviet Union. Okay, that's the last one.
Tiger very, very close now.
T-34 ready for combat.
Makes him out in the center, but doesn't have anything providing sight. This is where the T-70 with recon mode can really excel.
Fresh meat has arrived.
Okay, here it comes. Oof. Ooh, big damage from the grenades. Around the corner, got the double zist there, slightly facing the wrong direction. Tiger getting right on top of him. He's got enough for a light artillery barrage as well. Double zist getting out, now spinning around. There's 4 coming in. Ooh, T-34's getting a little bit overwhelmed. Taking away the zist positioning, not really working out at the moment. It's in 2 minds about which way to go. Conscripts maybe could get the engine damage, that will make a big difference, but they get suppressed through the center. Both 85s are alive at the moment. The anti-tank guys setting up. Oh, big damage onto the Tiger all of a sudden. This is where a light artillery barrage would just win the game. The Pouting Duck. Here it comes now, a little bit late though. Tiger in a lot of trouble, so is the Panzer IV. Artillery barrage slamming down, could still save the day once this gets out of there. The high health T-34-85 coming back in, but the sight blockers causing issues for JC. Oh, lucky penetration through the frontal armor. There goes the Tiger. Chasing in after the Panzer IV now as well. Shrek squad trying to close the distance. Ooh. Can he get away alive now? Shrek's one connecting. This Steel from Pouting Duck. Oh, still alive somehow. Stuggy missing. Just connecting on a pixel. And that's all he needs. Definitely a lucky sequence there for JC. Penetrating that many shots. Landing shots on the move.
Light artillery barrage at your command.
Both the tank's dead now for Pouting Duck. He's still got a lot of manpower left. Just managed to steal away one of the anti-tank guns as well. It's really nice for him. Try and kill the anti-tank gun with the Shrek squad. Reasonable idea. Well, I've only got 1 Shrek. Like he couldn't upgrade them to the second Shrek there, maybe. I don't know. So, close call there for JC. 1 more Shrek hit and I think they would have been dead. Bit of a lucky break. We're going to hold on to that. Pressuring the Zis. Here comes the T-34-85. Zis sets up, but that's a bad idea. Oh, switches focus fire though. Wasn't on prioritized vehicles with the T-34-85. And the Zis hanging on by a thread. Oh. Okay, JC Zis. Oh, goes down. T-34-85. Zis just hanging in there, and the Shreks add up to enough damage to get the kill.
Your predecessor died a hero.
Okay, Stug coming in now. Interesting choice.
Fresh meat has arrived.
See how his control of it is. I think personally I probably would not be going for a Stug if I was Pouting Duck. Just because, you know, he's got an anti-tank gun, he's got 2 Shrek squads. There's quite a lot of anti-tank already. Maybe he needs something to help deal with these conscripts a bit. They're all quite potent at the moment. Doing the sustained fire there, working really nicely. But if Pouting Duck does manage to kill the T-34 with the Stug, then it's mission accomplished, really. A bit harder to do against the T-34-85, has the extra health. Okay, T-34-85 being quite aggressive straight away, taking a shot. Driving forwards. This is right there, setting up now. Stug backs away in time. Oh, the conscript squad go down to the bundle grenade over there. That's a big loss. And some suppression working really nicely. Green's getting pinned. Stug disengaging, considering going in for the chase. 45 VPs left for JC. That has to be the number one priority at the moment. Ooh, squad wipe half track very late in the game. Ordinarily this wouldn't really work out, but both army sizes are quite low at the moment. Not really a stable front line, so could quite easily chase down a squad and get some wipes on retreat. At this phase it could work out. If I was a Pouting Duck though, I think I would go for another machine gun maybe. Try and box out the VPs to drain off those last 45. 43 rather. Okay, goes for a quick cap on this one with the squad wipe half track. T-34 rotating. Probably should have heard that coming in the fog of war, crushing a whole bunch of stuff on its way across. Jumps out of the half track, knows it would die anyway, might as well. P-Green's retreat before completing the capture. I suppose at the moment capping doesn't really matter too much, wouldn't be draining any points, wants to make sure that these guys survive. Conscripts find the sandbags holding on over there. Stug coming forward to try and do some damage, but it's pretty helpless in that department, especially without the machine gun upgrade. Can't really do too much. Double T-34-85's looking for an angle. This is back here, not set up though. Stug connecting once, this coming forwards, but this is in range, missing. Stug spinning around on the spot. Bad handling of that Pouting Duck. Down it goes. T-34-84 swarming in now. Maybe hoping to get the decrew on the Zis as well, but the Shrek squad arrives. I think this T-34-85 will survive one more hit though, so well, it doesn't even need to. The Maxim blasting away, Vet 3 on that. Don't even get to find out. I thought that might happen for Pouting Duck. Stug control not terribly effective, but light artillery barrage wasn't dodged by the Maxim, so does open up the capture in the center at the moment for the Panzer Grenadiers, and he's got control of the left as well. Oh, but he's leaving the center. P-Green's trying to chase in after the tank. Instead of trying to drain the VPs at this stage. Which, I think is a bit of a mistake. And now the conscripts are capping in the center. JC getting pretty close to another T-34-85 if that's what he wants to go for. Might also pay to go for another conscript squad. Get some repairs going, free up some munitions instead of using crew repairs. Free up some munis for other purposes. T-gun has been recrewed. Only connects once though. P-Green's coming in from the side, double Support weapons very clumped up. Big bundle grenade coming through. Dodges forward, so that's a good move. I don't know if I'd be setting up again with another P grenade there. Luckily, Pouting Duck didn't have enough munitions for it. Setting up, going to face the P greens, and then the outright retreat. He was very close to the munis for another bundle grenade. Which could have, you know, might have got suppressed, but could have probably got it off. 45 swarming in now. He forced both of the Shrek squads to retreat, so it's open season on the Zis. Without the support. Do have a Stug coming in again from Pouting Duck, but looks like it's going to arrive too late to save the Zis. The T-3485 for JC. Oh, that's a lot of Shreks. That's why it's nice to have the extra health on those T-3485s. It's a big difference.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector. Engineers ready for assignment.
T-45 into the north. Still plenty of VPs left for Pouting Duck. You see JC pretty much at the pop cap limit now. Indeed, get that second combat engineer. Here comes the Stug, but it did take a little bit of damage on its way across, giving JC a warning. He's going for the 85. The other 85 there. Another artillery barrage. Here comes T-345. Stug spinning around. Uh-oh. And there it goes. 3 T-3485 swarming in, getting the easy kill. And now, Pouting Duck. Puzzled. 185 goes down. Everyone hanging on by a thread. Still on prioritised vehicles. There we go. One Shrek squad down. Chasing him for the wipe on the next one. And Pouting Duck throws in the towel. Well, it was a pretty, well, very even early game, really. But then towards the tail end, JC just kept losing control of the cutoff, slowing down the fuel a lot, floating close to 800 manpower through that phase. Like in the very, very early stages, Maxim's often not that effective against assault grenadiers because they can sprint around them. But maybe towards the tail end of the light vehicle phase, the lines are a bit more established, got enough units that you can kind of see them coming and where they're coming from. It's harder for your opponent to set up those kind of flanks on the machine guns. A double machine gun can really lock out these kind of close range strategies, especially on a map like this. I feel like one MG camped at each VP would have made it quite easy. But yeah, that hurt JC. Made that last, he was at like 70 or so fuel. That fuel from 70 to 130 was very, very, very slow, felt ultra far behind during that phase. Nearly cost them the match. But, ultimately, Pouting Duck getting too eager with his double tanks over here. End up losing them both. But a good luck for JC, getting the penetration from the T-3485. Getting a lot of those shots on the move. Could have gone haywire for him there, but let's go too sometimes, sometimes things just work out for you. Well, anyway, guys, we'll wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.